Another interesting fact about Hamid is he actually broke his arm when he was 3 years old and he was still in New York. They was playing a game with other kids his age, and there was one teenager, and the game was that the kid stood up on this kind of like hill, and the teenager got to push each one of them down the hill, and all of them ended up landing on his butt, but Hamid landed on his arm and actually broke it, and he had to stay in a cast for a couple of months. And he also told me that he almost got arrested once for speeding. He was going like 90 down Nicholasville Road at midnight. He was racing his brother. It was an interesting story, but he got away with a warning, surprisingly. And overall, Hamid's a really kind person. He has a very interesting backstory. He has very amazing goals for his future. And overall, that summarizes who Hamid is, and that is how my interview went. Thank you for watching. Hi, my name is Ziad Hassan. This is my video on Hamid Allam. And Hamid Allam was born and raised here in America. Both of his parents are from Egyptian origin, and his father was actually from the town called Tanta, and his mother was from another town called Zifta. They conceived Hamid when they were still in Egypt, but they wanted him to be born here in America, so his mother managed to get on the plane when she was 9 months pregnant, and they had to do an emergency landing in Chicago, where he was born. Then they moved to New York and lived there for 3 years when he moved down here to Lexington. And he attended various different schools when he was in Lexington. One of them was LUA, which is Islamic private school. He attended there for most of his middle school education. And then he went to Tates Creek Middle School and Tates Creek High School, where he graduated, and then continued on to UK. And when I asked him why he chose UK, it was mainly because it was close to home and he had scholarship opportunities. And they also had what interested him, which was mechanical engineering. And I found out that some of his hobbies were actually soccer, playing video games, and one of the big ones is cars. He was really interested in cars and their engines and how they function. So he wanted to become a mechanical engineer so that one day he'll have a job at a car company, for example, Mercedes, I believe he said he was really interested in, and he wanted to make his own engine and even race some of his cars someday. And when I asked him if he had any further goals, he said someday, maybe in the far future, he wanted to make his own car company, which he called the Lion, and have his own line of race cars and supercars, which was really interesting. And the way he said he wanted to achieve that goal was just take small steps at a time until he reached the final goal. Some of the more interesting and fun facts about him, he told me that the town that his mother's from, Zifta, it's actually translated in English to rotten, I believe he said, which was actually rather funny. And he said that his name actually translates to the word kindness, which I found was very true. He's a very generous person. You know, afterwards he invited me for dinner, and he's very kind to his friends and his classmates and everything.